White girls rejoice over the announcement of the iPhone 12. You guys have probably already know about Apple's new phone, right? Well, if you didn't know, you've probably been living under a rock for the past month or so. The iPhone 12 was announced on October 13th. The price of the new iPhone is going to be $829 for the standard 64 gig model. This announcement gave me the idea to make a video on the evolution of the iPhone, from the first iPhone to the current. To save some time, I am not going to mention all iPhone models or important software updates, as it would be so time consuming. To start off, the iPhone 1 was the first smartphone designed and marketed by Apple. After years of rumors and speculation, it was officially announced on January 2007 and was released in the United States in June of that year. The development of the iPhone as a product began in 2005 and continued in complete secrecy until its public unveiling. The device broke with prevailing mobile phone designs by eliminating most physical hardware buttons and unscrewing a stylus for its screen-based interface, instead of featuring only a few physical buttons and a touchscreen. It featured quad-band GSM cellular connectivity with GPRS and eDGE support for data transfer, and made use of continuous internet access and onboard processing to support features unrelated to voice communication. This approach has been emulated by most new smartphone designs that followed. The original operating system for the original iPhone featured visual voicemail, multi-touch gestures, email, Apple Safari web browser, threaded text messaging, an iPod music and video player app, a dedicated YouTube app, and a Maps app powered by Google Maps. It also included basic phone, contacts, calendar, photos, stocks, weather, clocks, calculator, notes, and settings app. The iPhone 3G is the second generation of iPhone, successor to the original iPhone, and was introduced on June 9, 2008 at the WWDC 2008 in San Francisco, California. The iPhone 3G is internally similar to its predecessors, but includes several new hardware features such as GPS and 3G data. The device was originally loaded with the concurrently launched iPhone iOS 2. In addition to other features, this new operating system introduced the App Store. The iPhone 3G came preloaded with the latest versions of iOS and continued to receive updates to its software for over 2 years, with major iterations released on an annual basis. However, the phone had access to a decreasing proportion of new features with each update as its hardware became superseded by later models. In June 2009, iPhone 3G users received iPhone iOS 3 software update, which introduced the long-awaited multimedia messaging service, copy and paste, landscape support for more application, Bluetooth stereo support, and other improvements. Alright, moving on to the iPhone 4. The iPhone 4 was first unveiled on June 7, 2010, and was released on June 24, 2010. The iPhone 4 introduced a new hardware design to the iPhone family, which Apple's CEO Steve Jobs touted as the thinnest smartphone in the world at the time. The iPhone 4 also introduced Apple's new high-resolution Retina display, while maintaining the same physical size and aspect ratio as its precursors. The iPhone 4 also introduced Apple's A4 system-on-chip along with iOS 4, which notably introduced multitasking functionality and Apple's new FaceTime video chat service. The iPhone 4 was also the first iPhone to include a front-facing camera, and the first to be released in a version for CDMA networks, ending AT&T's period as the exclusive carrier of iPhone products in the United States. The iPhone 4 received largely positive reception, with critics praising its revamped design and more powerful hardware in comparison to previous models. While it was a market success, the release of the iPhone 4 was plagued by highly publicized reports concerning abnormalities in its new antenna design that caused the device to lose its cellular signal if held in the wrong way. Most human contact with the phone's outer edge would cause significant decrease in signal strength. Apple released iOS 4.0.1 to unsuccessfully try to fix these issues. The iPhone 4 spent the longest time as Apple's flagship iPhone model at 15 months, Although the succeeding 4S was announced in October 2011, the 4 continued to be sold as a mid-range model until September 2012, and thereafter as an entry-level offering in Apple's lineup until September 2013. The iPhone 4 had the longest lifespan of any iPhone ever produced, spanning close to 4 years and available in some developing countries until early 2015. The iPhone 5 was formally unveiled as part of a press event on September 12, 2012, and released on September 21, 2012. The iPhone 5 was the first iPhone to be announced in September and setting a trend for iPhone releases. It was also the first iPhone to be completely developed under the guidance of Tim Cook and the last iPhone to be overseen by Steve Jobs. The iPhone 5S design was used 3 times. First, the iPhone 5 itself in 2012, and then the iPhone 5S in 2013, and finally the first generation of iPhone SE in 2016. It had a 4-inch screen similar to the iPhone 5C and iPhone 5S, and was released about 10 months after Steve Jobs died. The iPhone 5 featured major design changes in comparison to its predecessor. These include aluminum-based body, which was thinner and lighter than its previous models, taller screen with a nearly 16:9 aspect ratio, an Apple A6 system on chip, LTE support and lighting, a new compact dock connector which replaced the 30-pin design used by previous iPhone models. Apple began taking pre-orders on September 14, 2012, and over 2 million were received within 24 hours. Initial demands for the iPhone 5 exceeded the supply available at launch, and was described by Apple as extraordinary, with pre-orders having sold 20 times faster than its predecessors. While the reception to the iPhone 5 was generally positive, customers and reviewers noted hardware issues, such as unattended purple hues in photos taken, and the phone's coatings being prone to chipping. Reception was also mixed over Apple's decision to switch to a different dock connector design, as the change affected iPhone 5's capability with accessories that were otherwise capable with previous iterations of the line. The iPhone 5 was officially discontinued by Apple on September 10, 2013, with the announcement of its successors, the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C. The iPhone 5 has the joint second shortest lifespan of any iPhone ever produced, with only 12 months in production, breaking with Apple's standard practice of selling an existing iPhone model at a reduced price upon the release of a new model. The iPhone 5 was able to act as a hotspot, sharing its internet over Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or USB, and also accesses the App Store. Alright guys, I'm afraid this video might be getting a little too long, so I'm going to end it right here. Comment if you guys would like to see a part 2 to this video, because I know there's a lot more iPhones I could have gone over. Alright, or if you want me to do a different video, like maybe on Androids, please share, subscribe to me, Mr. History, everything, and see you guys in the next one.